Yeah, this kind of question right here comes up a lot nowadays. We are currently in 2024, June 1st of 2024, 2024, and I like to have a conversation with everybody and anybody. It's every time that I come across somebody, some way, somehow, fitness comes into the conversation, and it should. It should for all of us as we continue in this life. We have to some way somehow understand how important it is to move the body properly, to continually move the body and feed the body right the majority of time, right? The majority, I'm not talking about all the time like 100% being perfect. No, we like to go out to restaurants, we like to grab a burger, have some pizza, but it should be in moderation. The problem with that is that there is such a thing as being obsessed, right? Obsessed with a certain food, you get an addiction. You can actually get addicted to a certain food. Pizza, I believe pizza can be an addiction. Anything sugary, donuts can be an addiction. Anything sugary, right? Anything sugary, especially a processed carbohydrate like a sugar, something like that, it can be an addiction. And that's the problem with that. If we don't catch it by the butt before it becomes an addiction, it becomes an addiction. And now it's a little bit harder to remove it from your lifestyle, your habits. It's normalized in your nutrition, right? To have this kind of food every single eh, this time of the day or this and that, right? There's nothing wrong with snacking. There's nothing wrong with that. The only wrong thing about that is what happens after you snack. Does that snack provide to you enough satiation? Like, does it fill you up at least a little bit to where it takes you all the way into your next meal? Or do you eat the snack and the snack doesn't do much, so you need another snack, and that other snack doesn't do much to you, so you keep eating these snacks? Next thing you know, you consume 10, 15 snacks, which combine to 1,500 calories. The average person nowadays consumes around 2,000 calories per day. The average person. Now it depends how much muscle mass you have. The more muscle mass you have, you're gonna need more calories, right? The least muscle you have, you should be consuming less calories. That's it. That's how it works, right? We use calories to perform, and then we use calories to rebuild, heal, build muscle, so on and so on, right? Replenish, all that. So we're gonna be going into a couple of articles here on this live stream. I'm actually streaming in three different platforms right now. You know what? I need to stream on my. I think I have. What's it? X, formerly known Twitter. I think I'm an X, but this is good. This is good enough. So we're on Facebook. We're on my main channel, which is Manny Ramos Undisputed on YouTube, and on Manny's Fitness Program YouTube channel. So we're streaming in three platforms right now. If you have a question, comment, concern, leave it in the comment section. I'll answer to the best of my ability. If you have a topic you want me to cover, you can always ask it. And we are live. We are live. I constantly go live. You're gonna notice. Oh, you know what? I haven't really gone live on my fitness program YouTube. So I'm gonna start doing it more often. Just get on here and have a conversation because it's important. Why are we all becoming weak in 2024? And that is true. If we look it up, let me see comparison. 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago, with unnecessary weight gain. So I like to go to this site here. Right here. U.S. obesity rates have tripled over the last 60 years. Wow. So, but if is it true, right? So let's see if they know. And I believe it because I'm in the fitness industry myself. I'm a personal trainer. I own my gym and boot camp training facility, and I do boot camp, indoor boot camp, outdoor boot camp, personal training, online coaching, and open gym. I've been doing it since 2004. No, 2009. What? I'm tripping. 2009. So I've been doing it for 15 years now professionally. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, it's not easy, and it shouldn't be easy. I was just having a conversation with my wife right now, and this came out of my mouth. It said, "It's not that it's not that workout is super hard. It's not that it's super hard. It's just that we're not used to it in the beginning. Of course, it seems super hard because you're getting out of your comfort zone. You've been comfortable. Once you get out of your comfort zone, you start to realize how hard it is. But as you continue, the body gets stronger, better, faster, looks good, feels good. But it is going to take a little bit of time. And next thing you know, you will be able to do it. You will be able to have a lifestyle of constant full body workouts or just constantly be fitness mindful, so on and so on, which is good. Why? Because it's going to prevent obesity. It's going to prevent heart health issues. It's going to prevent weakness. It's going to prevent unnecessary weight gain. Right? So, US obesity rates have tripled over the last 60 years. Wow. Wow. So nearly 70% of adults in the US are either overweight or obese. 70%. Wow. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's take a look at this real quick. 70%. We need to be smart about this. We need to seriously be smart about this. We need to be smart of what's going on in the world. We have the food market to deal with, right? We have the food market. We have fitness overall because there's such a thing as a bad fitness program. There is such a thing as a bad fitness program. Well, Manny, how can that be? Because it might not be balanced. It might not be balanced. Cardio, core, strength training has always been said by me. And I have not changed that for the past 15 years. And it's been true. And it's like, man, it is true. It is true. So I'm just looking for the ones that want to do something about it. The ones that want to do something about it. If you're suffering from heart health issues, weakness, or unnecessary weight gain, let it be known. Take action. Take action because nobody's gonna do it for you. Nobody's gonna do it for you. And next thing you know, it can be too late, or next thing you know, it's gonna be 10 times harder than what it is already. Yeah, because why? Because we're getting older. Because we're getting older. According to nationwide surveys, the National Institute of Health has conducted since the early 1960s, U.S. obesity rates have tripled over the last 60 years. Severe obesity, also known as morbid obesity, has risen tenfold. Like, nobody's talking about this. It's not popular. And you might be like, well, Manny, as long as the person is happy, okay. You know, okay. But let me just show you how happier you will be when you have less trouble moving, going up a flight of stairs, getting out of bed, putting on your shoes, doing physical movements, anything overall physical movements. And then how better it will be that you don't have to be going to the hospital as much. You don't have to take medication as much. You have more energy. You're not winded. You know, you hardly see an old obese person. You don't reach, I'm gonna say like 60 years. If you're in the obese area, you don't reach 60 years. It's rare that you see somebody at that age that's obese. How is obesity measured? A person's weight class, which range from underweight to obese. How have obesity rates changed over time? Look at that. That is insane. That is insane. So now, why are we becoming so weak? Right? Why are we becoming so weak? There's a lot of new developments, new products, new processed food, right? That make it too easy for us to stop moving. Too easy for us to get addicted to something that is going to eventually cause unnecessary weight gain or even have some side effects to go with that, right? Eventually we're going to have to get on medication. Eventually we're going to need even surgery or get on some kind of drug. You know, we're inventing weight loss drugs now instead of working hard, getting out of your comfort zone, working on cardio core strength training within your own fitness level. I've trained 1,000+ people, and when I train personally, when I train somebody in my personal training that is, let's say, 5'5", 300 pounds, 5'5", that makes them obese, right? It's the same as everybody else, just lower repetitions. You don't run or jump. Everything's just modified. You're doing the same workout, just with these layers of modifications to the whole workout, to every exercise, to every repetition, to every movement. There's modifications. There's even exercise replacements, alternatives to a certain exercise that you can't physically get into because of your weight. So we replace it with a certain exercise that is going to work that same muscle group. And once you lose weight, once you get stronger, better, faster, then you can come back to that exercise and now execute it, which will be a great accomplishment, right? So two reasons why we're becoming weak. Well, three. Three reasons: processed food, lack of movement, and conveniences. Yeah. And I can go on and on and on and on and talk about these things continually because as my as my time here in this position in the fitness industry, just being in the trenches basically, because I'm still a trainer. I'll always be a trainer. I'll always train boot camp. I love training or running my boot camp classes. The way that they're orchestrated, everybody, once you join, everybody gets a certain fitness level. That way, when we run the class, you do what your fitness level requires. That's it. Not what the person next to you is doing specifically. You're gonna get your own exercises, repetitions, modifications, so on and so on, because of your fitness level. Right. So processed food, that's the thing. Processed food, at the end of the day, processed food does not fill you up. Processed food will not fill you up, and it will not give you the right amount of protein, guaranteed. That's what processed food is. That's why it's so cheap, because it has no protein. What's expensive is the protein. Carbs are cheap. Carbs are cheap. Sugar's cheap. What's expensive is branched chain amino acids, proteins. And then under that is good fats and oils, right? So this is obesity raised by income bracket. So income comes into play, you know. Are you budgeting? Are you budgeting? Are you making sure that you add good food to your list of bills, I guess, added to an expense, a mandatory expense? A lot of lean meats, good fats, good oils, a lot of vegetables, some fruit, nuts and seeds, water. Are you investing in good food? A lot of people don't believe how important that is, like to eat good food. Oh man, the body loves you, right? For example, in Alabama, the obesity rate for people making between 100 to 200,000 was surveyed at 46% compared to 37% for people making less than 15,000 a year. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much you're making. It doesn't, because if you're making little, then guess what? Use whatever little you have for good food. And if you're making a lot, guess what? You better have some self control, because having a lot of money is going to have you binge, right? You can afford more food. You can afford to treat yourself more often and this and that. So it's a double-edged sword, basically. right? So look at obesity rates by race and ethnicity. So now we have income that comes into play. We have race now, white, non-Hispanic. Let's see what these colors, okay, when it comes down to the obesity and severe obesity, okay? So right here, pink, and then it goes to blue. The darker, right? The dark parts, look at income, Texas, for the ones that make 15 to 25,000 a year. Look at Texas is full right there. And then as you make more, look at it showing that there's not a lot of severe obesity, but there's still some. Look at all this. California is not too much, 31% for the ones that make more money. Let's check out race. We have white, non-Hispanic around Oklahoma, Kentucky, West Virginia. Then Hispanic, Texas again. Texas, they've been getting hit a lot. 44.4% for Texas. Huh. Right. And then the ones with the most severe when it comes on to Hispanics will be like Missouri, Illinois, Kentucky, West Virginia, Mississippi. I didn't even know there was that many Hispanics over here in Missouri. I'm Hispanic myself, and I kind of thought maybe over here in California we had the most Hispanics. I don't know. Look at, we have Alaska as well with 41.6%. And then black, non-Hispanic. Arizona, Montana. We're talking about severe obesity. The least will be when it comes down to Hispanic. Look at everybody. There's no least here. White, non-Hispanic. So all Hispanics are, we don't have no 25% and less, 25% and less on the Hispanic. Black, non-Hispanic, Wyoming and Utah are the least. And then the majority, look at, there's a lot of severe Montana, Arizona, all this East Coast over here. Crazy. Look at that. Other, so non-Hispanic and white, non-Hispanic, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Look at Asian. The Asian population is very little. There's no severe obesity for Asian. Right? Maybe because there's not a large percentage of the Asian race over here in the United States. Right? So the highest states in 2021, West Virginia, Alabama, and Kentucky were the only states with obesity rates over 40%. South Dakota, Oklahoma, Alabama, Kentucky, West Virginia. 2021, in the least, which is around 27% for California, around the same for Washington and Colorado. Look at Florida. That didn't even. It says NA. They're out of the picture. How does obesity impact overall health? Well, simple, right? heart health issues and all that, weakness. You get put on medication, health risks. Oversimplify health risk. Yeah. A lot of people die from a regular sickness because they're already overweight. If they weren't overweight, that sickness doesn't kill you. So you're like amplifying any little sickness that we come across. You're over amplifying. Yeah. So, in my opinion, why are we all becoming weak in 2024? Processed food, invention of more processed food, lack of movement, and too many conveniences. Too many conveniences will prevent you from moving around more, and then conveniences will have you consuming more processed food because it's more convenient, cheaper, so on and so on. But where's the protein? Right? Where's the protein? I always like to make sure these articles are not too old. But yeah, that's kind of it. On our whiteboard, we have 3 factors of prevention. That is heart health issues, weakness, and what was the third one, Milo? What was the third one on the board?
Heart issues, prevent injuries, and then
Prevention of injuries? I don't think so. Heart health issues, weakness, and unnecessary weight gain. Check it. Yeah, so those are the 3 things that we do here. When it comes down to prevention, now on the flip side, we now build. Now on top of that, we build muscle, cardio, and core.
heart issues, weight gain.
Yeah. So there you have it. And I can go on and on this topic right here. Why are we all becoming weak in 2024? But I think it's a good conversation that we all should have. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Hit the little thumbs up button if you like this video so I can make more of the ones you like. If you're watching me on YouTube and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay motivated, stay dedicated, take care, be safe. I'll see you on the next video.